Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we're taking a look at the last legend day of the last legend season. And well, I only pushed the last 5 to 6 days of the legend season because, well, I had no time otherwise because of the qualifier. And this is the current day. We're around like 5.5k trophies. But we can get a little bit higher, and let's see how far we can get with our last day. I will show you guys all of the attacks, every single one of them, and then in the end we'll take a look at how far we were able to get in only 5 days of pushing. So let's get started with this base, and to be honest, this base I think is pretty common, right? I think a lot of you guys might know this base, and to be honest, I freaking hate this base. Especially in the beginning of the legend season, because that's normally the timing where I face this, because this base is just, in my opinion, annoying to queen charge. Like, it's so annoying to queen charge. And the problem which I have right now is kind of I do not have a Yeti blimp. So those ring bases are getting really annoying without having any chance basically to get the town hall. So that's kind of tricky. So I have to freeze over here because this guy is running this annoying super minion CC, which is pretty tricky to face at the moment. So most of the time it's causing you to use a rage, it's causing you to use a freeze, a poison. So a lot of resources are invested already. But so far still it should be alright for now. So what we're doing over here, kind of the next step, is to let our queen decide whichever way she wants to go. And as soon as she has decided, we're going to wall break her in for the first defense. Which basically means if she's going to the bottom, which she right now is, then we're going to wall break her in for the scatter. If she would have went for the top side, we would have wall break her in for the single throne tower. Either way, raging her up once again because there's a lot of damage on our queen. And in addition to that, the king is coming. So we're using the headhunter as well. Another Kokoloons, another couple of Kokoloons because, well, why not? And then the next wall break, maybe our queen is going inside and going for the town hall, but let's see. And then obviously the hybrid, and I still use the siege barracks on the outside because I have Hawk Riders in there. So sending in Hawk Riders with a blimp is not the best thing which you can do. In addition to that, you guys can see at the top side the scatter, which is covering the town hall, so that wouldn't be the best choice. Now I'm saving the Royal Champion, and since I'm talking over this, and I did not see it during the attack, but I have still 7 Hawk Riders left. That's obviously not the best thing which you can do, and at some point I will realize it, but that's obviously not the best thing which you can do starting into the last day of the legend season. But still, let's see how far we can get. Now at this point, I'm kind of scrolling around, not really paying attention to my scroll bar just yet. And now I try to place a couple of cleanup things. And this is the point where I realize, damn it, you still have Hawk Riders. What do you do with them? And at this point, it's kind of like all about protecting my queen. Because, well, the queen can maybe somehow still finish this off. So what I do over here, I start with my Hawk Riders from the top side. I kind of hope for my Hawk Riders to tank everything and help with the DPS and so on. Meanwhile, my wizards and my P.E.K.K.A at the bottom side were able to take down or take half of the health of the Royal Champion. And this attack is getting really close because even though I mess up the Hawk Riders, this can still work. Now it's all about how the healers will switch, or if they not switch, and if my queen can stay alive somehow, because then we can still get this. But in the last second, the queen is going down, and this means this is going to be a time fail. Otherwise, this could have maybe still be a triple, but this way it's a time fail. 97%. I mean, considering that we forgot our Hawk Riders in the hybrid attack, 97% is not the worst which we can do. So let's just jump into the next attack and let's try to concentrate again. Those ring bases with 4 ground expos are one of the most annoying thing to face with Queen Charge Hybrid, and I have a really good tip for you guys. The first thing is, normally on a Queen Charge Hybrid, what you do is you do a Queen Charge, and then as soon as your queen is kind of like, she's about to die basically, so she needs the support, or otherwise the time is running low. If one of those two things are happening, then you're starting with a hybrid. On those ring bases, you can do it in a different fashion. You can do it differently. So on ring bases like this, where if you try to queen charge too long, your queen is going to die 100%. What I try to do is I try to start with the hybrid really early on. So that's what I'm trying to do over here. So I started my queen at one corner, And now I already saw with my king on the other side, which means from this point on, there are only 30 seconds gone from the attack. 30 seconds, and we're already starting with my king and my siege barracks. The next thing what I'm about to do is, as soon as the left corner and the right corner are cleared, I'm starting just in between with my hybrid, which means basically that everything is pushing each other into the correct angle. So I hope that my hybrid is pushing the queen back up again. My hybrid is going to push the P.E.K.K.A. to the right. So a lot of things are going on at the same time. I'm using the poison for the enemy minions. And well, then just the warden ability for the core with the rage in the core as well. The town should be taken down kinda quickly, which it is. And yeah, town is going down now. Since there were only minors, it's alright, so they're just ducking under the damage. On the right side, we have the Hogwarts of the Siege Barracks coming out on the right side. As well, we have a Troll Tessa, which is alright. And now, even though everything in the end is most likely dying, and that's kind of the same story on most of those bases, it's enough for the queen to finish off the job, because you have kept your queen alive. And that's kind of the key on those ring bases, where you have 4 ground expos in the center, because if you kind of try to queen charge the entire base, you cannot do that. Like, there's so much core DPS, which is really hard to access for you. That's just not working. That's not how it works to attack those bases. So whenever you attack a ring base like this, which is really open and without like working really with dead zones, this is the way on how to attack them. And this should be an easy way on how to approach bases like this. So I'm using my queen ability. This is the point where I realized that there are 2 Troll Tesla. But to be honest, because this attack is really quick, we have enough time to finish off the job. I think like it should be pretty easily, like 40 seconds. The queen is going for the bottom side, for the bottom Tesla first. The left archers are going to die, but that should be alright. We have still plenty of miners, like a couple of miners. I don't know, I don't really see them. And my queen obviously alive, going for the last test. And this should be the first triple of the day for us after having like a 97% time fell. But at least we came back, so let's get into the next attack. And this base, I think it's pretty common, and once again it's one of those core ground expo bases. And those are the bases which are the most annoying to attack for hybrid, because the problem is you do not get access to the ground expos that quickly. But the thing is that they will give your queen so much DPS that if you do not start early with your hybrid, you have a huge problem. So what do I do on bases like this? First off, we're using the queen at the top side, then a wizard as well to funnel the queen, because we want to walk into the clan castle, and I deploy the healers really far on the right to make sure that the the elephants cannot shoot my healers. As soon as the clan castle is coming out, I'm using a Yeti and a wizard to make sure that the queen is actually going where I want her to go. And the next thing for me is kind of to make sure that the queen is going for the town hall, because that's the goal for my queen charge on this one. The problem are 2 things. First off, she could go for the warden, and the second thing is she could go for the archer tower, and then she could go for the gold storage, etc. So she is not going there. What I do instead now is I get rid of those top buildings with a couple of loons, and then those loons are going to go for the archer tower, and this should take down the archer tower pretty quickly, and this is giving my queen the possibility to go into the core. Now I want my queen to keep going. I want to wall break her into the core, but obviously I want to share the damage now, which basically means that I have to once again start with a hybrid. Otherwise there's too much damage on my queen, and that's what I'm doing right now. I want to push my queen up into the core, because right now she's going for the bottom side, which I do not want. I want her to go for the core and get the scatters, and that's why I'm starting with my hybrid from the right side. And this means basically that I'm pushing my queen back inside, so she has nowhere else to go. Using the last rage, I have to use my queen ability as well, because I wasn't really paying attention too much, so I could use invest the freeze. But this means I still have the freeze left for the back end, for like wherever I need it basically. I can freeze now the back end with the expo and the cannon, so my queen is staying alive for now. Now the Hogwarts are coming into the core as well. We still have the Royal Champion with her ability. The ability needs to be used now because of the eagle shots. And we have still 1 loon. The queen should be able to take down the last expo, and this means there's only this 1 king left, which can somehow defend this base. But to be honest, there are so many miners. The king is gone, the eagle is gone, the base is gone, and this is the next triple for us. And this is kind of, I felt like, I mean, I'm only pushing for like 5 or 6 days of this season really, because before that I was not really a legend. I had to farm the update for the qualifier. But one thing which I learned over those 5 days, it's like foreground expos are pretty common right now. Foreground expos in the core especially are pretty common right now, which makes queen charges really hard, which means you have to start the hybrid pretty early on most of your attacks. That's kind of the one thing which I learned, and that's already the one thing which you guys learned as well watching the video, because that's already happened twice now to me. So let's see if we can keep the 3-star streak going, or let's see how the next attack is going to look like. And this one is a pretty common base as well, at least back then when I was a bit in Legend. I think it's pretty common. What I normally do on bases like this, I queen charge into the scatter compartments. And because on this one, there are the ground expos at the bottom side and the air expos at the top side, I'm just deciding, okay, let's go with the less damage and let's go into the air expos. So I'm starting my queen up here. I'm using two wizards at the top side to make sure that the funnel is set, but the funnel is actually too late. So that's the first thing which I should have done differently, because now my queen is going for the top side. I'm wall breaking her in to make sure that she's going to the right. But the problem right now I have is that my queen is not going to the right. What I should have done is use one miner and then the wizards in behind to funnel early and then place the queen. That is what I should have done. Now it's all about saving the attack, and that's kind of one important thing as well in Legend. You need to be able to save your attacks. Like if something is going wrong, that's normal. Like this is how Legend works. You have only 30 seconds to plan. Obviously something might go wrong. Funnel wise, I don't know, pathing wise, whatever. It does not matter. Something can always go wrong. And this is the situation where you have to kind of react. So what I'm doing over here, I'm trying to wall break into the multi-inferno tower and starting really early once again with the hybrid to push my queen inside, get the Inferno Tower out of the way, the ground skeletons are over there, and my queen needs to somehow get this Inferno Tower out of the way, otherwise I have a huge problem. And obviously, like 1 second too late, my queen is taking down the multi-Inferno Tower, and this is causing the healers to die. So if there are like only 5 healers, only 1 or 2 healers left, I think this would look not too bad, but still, we have a lot of hybrid left, and to be honest, the current meta, I mean, everything can work, right? So we still have everything like a chance of making this. So we still have the Headhunter, which I have to use really soon. I still have the heal in the core with like the double giant bomb, the multi-inferno tower, etc. I'm using the Headhunter, in my opinion, a little bit too late. I should have used it a little bit earlier, and this is causing my Royal Champion to die. So if I would have used my Headhunter earlier, I think this could have still worked. But I mean, to be honest, we still have the P.E.K.K.A, like the P.E.K.K.A just died, okay, never mind. But we have the scatter on the backhand, so this is probably not a triple. But still, it's all about getting the percentage. So there's still a lot of miners left alive. And I think with a couple of execution things better, I'm not even talking about the queen. Like, even with everything going wrong with the queen, if I would have just placed the Headhunter earlier and saved my Royal Champion, I think this could have still worked. And this is crazy to me. I mean, how many mistakes did I do in this attack? And this attack is still getting on the 95? How many percent do we get? 95 at least. Okay, do we get the 96? Do we get the 96 is the question. Wizards are shooting. No, okay, I think it will stay at 95. So we still got 95% with an attack, which I did horribly bad on. Horribly bad. Really, really bad. And this is crazy to me. The current meta is stupid. It's not really balanced at all. And that's crazy to me. I mean, obviously I had 2 fails already. But the first one was a time fail, and the second one was just me being stupid, I guess. So either way, let's take a look at the next base, because we need to get back to tripling. Otherwise, the trophies are not that great. So this base, I think it's a new version of an old base, I think. The clan castle is really far on the right side. I think I will try to go for that. Just trying to walk alongside the eagle and then wall break in on either side, kind of depending on where the queen is going. And I think that's the goal for me at this point. So queen is going, I think, where's the queen going? The queen is actually going inside, okay? So that's not what I expected, but still, let's try to somehow make this. There's a lot of damage once again. I had to use the freeze, I had to use the rage and everything. Like I said, this clan castle is insane. This clan castle is crazy against queen charges. You have to really pay attention if you're doing queen charges. And Lower in Legend, you do not face this clan castle too often, but especially when you're getting a bit higher up there, this clan castle is insane. It's really annoying. So yeah, now the wall break on both sides. So kind of depending on where my queen is going, we can still make sure that the queen is going inside and wrapping around. So far, it looks like that the queen is going for the top side. We have no more rages left. That's the bad news for us, but still, let's try to save this. Queen is going for the top side now, and so far, to be honest, everything is looking pretty good. Like, we did really great so far. Now the king and the siege perks in as well. The town hall, that's the only problem. That's really far back. And that's sometimes the thing. Like, normally, earlier, when we did hybrid, there were things which could go wrong, and there's a possibility of having a 1-star. But I feel like with how powerful the offense right now is, I will get the 2-star no matter what. Like, I don't care. I'm fine with the town hall being backhand. I'm pretty sure that I will get the town hall. I'm using the warding ability early because I wall break in my king. So I think that the king should 100% get the town hall. And I'm just concentrating onto my minus in the core because the hawk bearers at the town hall are most likely going to be dead either way. So I'm just healing the core, using the Royal Champion's ability in a second. My queen is wrapping around, going for the ground expo and everything. And this is just a crazy big overkill, I think. So that attack worked out really nicely. Queen's on the outside, still going strong. Still has her ability left. As long as the ground, as long as the single Inferno Tower is going down, which it is, the queen can reach everything. And this is an easy peasy triple. So nice job on that one. Like I said, do not underestimate the power of your troops. Having the town hall in the kind of back end is most of the time fine. And that's just how it looked like on this attack. So next triple for us, and we're getting back into the triple zone. So let's see if we can clutch some more triples and see which base we're attacking next. And this setup, I think I saw this setup already quite some time. So what I mean by that is the setup of the Inferno Tower with 2 expos behind it, and then the sweeper pointing into the direction of the Inferno Tower. This is a setup which is super, super common right now in Legend, I feel like. I saw this so many times already, and I feel like charging into the sweeper is a really bad idea because you're facing a lot of damage, the 2 ground expos, and much, much more. So what I'm doing over here is I'm sending in my queen, but I want to wall break into the town compartment. Because there is the 2 gaps at the right side and at the 6 o'clock side, I think you can actually wall break into the town hall, like into this dead zone in front of the town hall. I think that should be possible. The first wall break is going wherever, but the second wall break should go where I want it to go, I think. Let's hope so. Using the poison early, since it's like exactly 3 goblins and like 2 headhunters, I'm pretty sure that there's a hound in there. Or not. Okay, this is now really bad. There's 1 more headhunter in there and 2 more minions. That's not good. I'm using the king early because otherwise I just do not have the funnel options because I had to use the Yeti already. And now there's a lot of freaking damage on my queen because of those stupid minions. I freaking hate those. It's making queen charges so much more annoying. It's not nice. But yeah, either way, queen is doing fine so far, I guess. Now the hybrid in as well to push the queen back up again. And well, I mean, so far we had a couple of problems in the beginning, but I think it still looks great. I'm using the freeze early to freeze the enemy queen and the single Inferno Tower. The queen is getting pushed back. I was hoping to get like the X off the walls, like getting the wall break into the single Inferno Tower and expo compartment as well. But apparently it did not work, unfortunately. Now we have to heal the biggest group of my troops, which is the left side. Now the queen is in the single Inferno Tower range. I have to use her ability. That's not the best. I think the wall break into the Inferno Tower compartment would have been obviously way better. That would have been really nice. And now the Royal Champion obviously is running into the range of the single Inferno Tower as well. I'm using 2 loons to somehow make sure that the outside buildings are gone. So my queen could go for the Inferno Tower. But it's already too late. So now we have to kind of hope for the power of the hybrid, kind of. That's the one thing which we have to hope for at the moment. I'm using wizard at the top side to push my miners back inside. That's kind of the goal right now, which those wizards should accomplish. And they're doing so. Like with getting rid of those 2 buildings, the miners are actually going into the core. And now they can take care of the scatter. The Pekkas are on the outside tanking in combination with a couple of more miners, and now there's not too much left. Like now we still have a chance to actually triple this, and this is once again crazy to me. Like how did this turn out to be a triple? The P.E.K.K.A.s on the outside tanking, the wizards are still trying to go through the walls, the miners on the other side are going to beat the wizard tower, and now they're winning the 1 versus 1, or like the 10 versus 1 against the Inferno Tower, and this is another 3-star. So far, so good. We have 2 more attacks to go. 2 more attacks. And if we can triple both, I think we're looking pretty good. But obviously we have to triple both. I mean, so far we have not really a big fail. We had like 1 power fail, which ended up in a 95, and 1 time fail, which ended up in a 97. And this is anti 3-star base. So let's see. Normally, I really like way more attacking anti 3-star bases because, I don't know, like, that's what I feel like most relaxed on attacking. Like that's kind of my comfort zone. So that's why I really like to attack those bases. So let's see how we can do this. I think the setup, first I thought about, okay, charging into the Eagle seems to be a good idea. But to be honest, the Eagle charge is not that easy funnel wise. And we do not have that many funnel options. So that's why I just think, okay, let's just charge on the Clan Castle side. And the Clan Castle side to charge looks pretty easy because we get our queen into the scatter compartment, or like if we get our queen into the scatter compartment, the queen can so easily access the town hall, and then we just hybrid from the right side, and this base is done. Like this base is gone if everything works. So now the Tesla on the right side, they're pretty annoying, but still we have like a loon and everything, and like a Yeti so on. So we should be pretty good over there. The first wall break is not really going where I wanted it to go. The second wall break is going way better. Using the rage now. Once again, super minions in the Clan Castle. Like I said, that's pretty normal right now. And pretty annoying to face. A lot of people ask me on how to deal with those. Just watch the video. I guess like I faced this like that the CC many times already. And this is how I normally deal with it in Legend. And now just start from the right side because I want to push my queen into the top side, into the enemy town hall. And with this, with taking out the town hall, with my queen, I have the warden ability whenever I want to use it. That's a lot of like really nice option which you can abuse kinda. Breathing the core because I think I used the rage a little bit too late. Either way, now the hybrid is getting into the danger zone, into the scatter shot compartment, and that's why I'm using the warden ability, just to make sure that I'm getting into the scatter. And as soon as that's done, I can use into the bomb tower, freeze obviously one more time, and then I get the heal spell into the scatter, into the bomb tower, everything. My queen meanwhile is taking down the town hall. She's even going around and going for the multi-inferno tower. And this base is not just wrecked, this base is not just triple, this base is deleted. Like this base is trash. Like it's not existing anymore. And well, that's yeah, like I said, I like under 3-star bases way more to attack. It does not mean that they're worse or anything, but it's just like my personal preference, I guess. So I don't know, I really like to attack those under 3. And we're back again to the same setup. Like, do you guys remember what I told you? Like those 2 expos behind the Inferno Towers, then the sweeper pointing into the direction of the Inferno Towers. That's always the same setup. And I mean, I told you how I attack those bases. And it's always the same as well. I always charge into the town hall, try to take out the clan castle, and with those 3 super wall breakers, you have great options to get the back and king and the siege barracks into the base. I will show you guys that in a second. The first thing which I did over here is using my funnel earlier. I did not want to have the same mistake which I did earlier, where I used my funnel options too late. Queen so far is doing great. I'm not 100% sure if I would actually needed that rage. I think the rage was not really needed. And once again, super minions in the clan castle. God damn it, I freaking hate those. But either way, this time it's looking way better for us because I think we dealt pretty nicely with them. We have to use the rage, and I think I have to use the freeze as well because it's 3 super minions. And 3 super minions are dealing a lot of damage, and they can one-shot your queen during her ability. So you need to be super careful. Using the freeze over there just to make sure that my queen is staying alive, using the next rage. And now that's what I'm telling you guys. Using the wall break to get my king into the compartment because this makes the pathing for my hybrid way better. This is really nice for us. Now, The queen is in the danger zone, kind of a lot of damage on her. I'm using the ability so she's not dying in her ability. The king is going into the top compartment. I'm using the wall break at the bottom side to make sure that my queen can keep going. But there's a lot of damage on my queen. The warden is not on the hybrid, or like in the beginning it was on the hybrid. I'm using the warden ability as soon as we're getting into the double scatter, using the heal spell on top of the double scatter. And now it's all about, okay, let's get the top side out of the way as well. There's still the bomb tower, but I think this should be enough. The enemy king is getting overpowered. And like I said, the pathing for the hybrid through the core was really nicely because we wall break the king in at the top side. And like I said, that's really important to have those additional wall breakers. I feel like it's really, really nice to have them. And well, now the hybrid is going through. We have a couple of more archers for cleanup. And then the Royal Chain ability for the last buildings. And that's it. The base is wrecked. And well, guys, that's the Legend Day for me. That's the last day of the last Legend season. I think we did overall pretty good, considering that we did not really had too much experience with most of the Legend bases, because a lot of things, or like a lot of times, I feel like in Legend, it's that you're checking common bases which you most of the time already know, because too many people are not changing their bases too often. And that's kind of the thing which you always have to triple, etc. And when you're new to Legend again, like when you're getting back to Legend, you have to kind of get back into the rhythm. And well, overall, I think we did pretty good. We finished up on number 12 in Germany. That's pretty good for only pushing 5 days, or like 5 to 6 days, I guess. That's not too bad. So yeah, let's take a look at the Legend Day. But there are so many known names out there. Like pushing in Germany is so freaking competitive because there are so many good players in there. It's insane. Timo, Obama from Nolex, Boom, obviously. Then we have a lot of from the 11 original guys. Exorcist, who is insanely good as well. Like, there are so many good players in Germany. It's so competitive to push over there. So excited for the new season. And well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, seeing all of the 8 attacks. And this was my Legend Day. I hope I see you guys back tomorrow. Until then, see ya and bye bye.